Hey everyone, welcome to early June, and this is my May 2021 net worth update. So this is where I monthly go through my real numbers from my net worth statement. I've been doing my net worth reporting for myself since 2007 or so, and I've most recently started to add this out to YouTube to kind of share with you my personal finance journey, what is going well, what's not, and we'll definitely talk about what's not today. And I think if I had a subtitle for the May 2021 net worth update, it might be what goes up sometimes comes down. And if you've already clicked on this, you've probably already seen the title card from my YouTube. So our YouTube video here. So let's just kind of jump right into it. And this past month, I experienced a decline in my net worth of $116,000. So definitely very brutal. We'll get into the details, but effectively, majority of this is that I am an investor in cryptocurrency, and May was not a good month for cryptocurrency. Now, like I said, what goes up, the last few months have been going up very highly. I think I've seen some like totals in the 60,000 for a couple months, and I even had one crazy month that it went up 140,000. So I guess once again, it was due for it to come down. I knew a correction would be coming at some point and that the market would come down. It definitely was very painful on some of these days. In fact, I think there was one day where actually my net worth or my crypto balance declined by more than my annual salary. And I actually did a video about that where I kind of talk about who should be investing in crypto and who shouldn't. I'll put a link up here at the top to that one, but it's something that I think that we all, if we have money in either crypto or the general stock market, we have to expect there will be times when things come down, and you can't let it get to you too much. Your personal finance journey is a lifetime journey, and you can't turn around and get too upset because there is a bad month, a bad quarter, even a bad year. These things do happen, they will happen, and you have to be prepared for them. So it's really about kind of keeping your head up and kind of still marching forward based on the values that you have and what you think the future will go into. So anyway, let's just jump right into it. So I like to get right into the numbers. I'll go into the detail of each one, but you can see my assets here about 1.4 million, liabilities 161, and net worth of 1.2 million. So on here, obviously, as I said, it was a decrease of 116,000 or 8.3% from the previous month. So huge loss. I don't think I've never had a 116 loss definitely in one month, and I don't think I've ever had an 8% loss, even when my net worth was a lot lower. I don't think in one month I ever saw a loss of that level. So definitely pretty painful. But I never let it get me down. I'm still not. I think it's still going to turn around, so I'm still very positive about it. And I think that's how we all have to look at these things. When there's areas that we can't control, you don't want to get too upset by them, and vice versa. You don't want to get too excited when there's things that are going well that are outside of your control. You need to keep the emotions in check with some of these. So let's just kind of get into some like the summary statement or what I talk about it. So once again, probably for the fourth time, huge drop in cryptocurrency value for the month of May. And on it, I bought more crypto. And you might say, hey, that sounds great. It went down and you bought more crypto. And unfortunately, it was the other way around. I'd actually bought some more crypto before it dropped. So that was another bad side. From previous ones, from previous updates, you may remember that actually I had taken a loan out of my 401k because I wanted to transfer or pivot some of my retirement funds into cryptocurrency, and that's not very easy in 401k. So I did take out a loan. If you want to look at my April video, you'll see more information about that. And then I saved it, and I saved it up for a few weeks, and then I slowly bought into crypto. And unfortunately, just as I finished buying it, that's when the drop started. So timing was not good. I'm still pretty optimistic about long term on that one, but as of doing this video, it still is a problem. There were a few of the buys that actually have not lost money, but overall they did go down. So not a positive there. Other things that happened in May, I sold some vacation or PTO time back to my employers. So this kind of is my regular cash flow right here. I work for a company that allows us to sell like unused vacation time back to them. It's the first time I've ever had that. So I sold about 60 hours. So that was a nice little bump in my pay this past month. I did go ahead and decide to pay my annual house insurance payment. I have the ability to pay it by month, but I really just like to get it out of the way. So I just went ahead and just paid the whole thing off. So that was nice. And then also reimbursed myself back, so I'm already ready for next year's payment when that happens. And another one that I've talked about for a while is I live in a state that has a high property tax. So that's how the state is funded, by property tax, not income tax. So I like to save up my annual property tax as soon as possible. It's not going to be due until December or January of, 6, 7 months from now. But I wanted to go ahead and save that up and get it behind me. So that was nice to get that completed this past month. Definitely selling my vacation PTO time allowed me to just do the house insurance and the annual property tax right there. So I'm going to give myself a gold star for that. So it was a good goal that I was glad I was able to meet. Let's just get right into the details of everything. So my checking and savings at 41K, so that's down 28%. The reason it's down 28% is what I've already mentioned, how I bought into crypto. So there was a large crypto buy this past month in this one. My retirement account stayed about the same, and I think even after my contributions, it's up a little bit, but really it's effectively flat for the month of May compared to April. Cryptocurrency, like I've talked about, at the end of May, it was down to 282, or down 27%. And honestly, it was down a lot more than that. This is just what it was at the end of May. I think this thing went as low as 230, 240. I mean, so it was painfully low for a while, but then it definitely bounced back up, which crypto is prone to do, of that it drops to a certain point and then has a quick recovery from there. And it has recovered since then in the first couple of days of May, but let's not worry about that. That'll be next month's video. So this is what it was. Painful loss on this one. Other items, so some other assets I have, my home, my car, I left those valued the same. I think last month mentioned that I thought my car value, maybe it was time to revalue it, and surprised me that it actually, looking online, it looks like it's worth a little bit more, but just to be conservative, I left it the same. Not too worried about it. I'm not looking to sell it anytime soon, so that really doesn't have much of an impact. So overall, as I've already mentioned, my total assets 1.4 are down 8% overall for the month. Liabilities, this really is just kind of going down. The credit card payments, credit cards are always about the same of what I owe at the end of every month. So I do pay it off every month, but I go ahead and list what the real value of it, or the real balance is at the end of May. And my mortgage, this is like any mortgage, it continues to go down by a certain amount every single month. And what you've already seen, net worth 1.3, or a little bit below 1.3, and once again down 116,000. So tough month. What are my goals for the year? I always like to check in on what my overall goals on here. So I always put them in two categories. Ones that I'm absolutely doing, and other ones that are aspirational that hopefully I'll get to, but I may or may not this year. So my goal is definitely I want to max out my 401k contributions. I'm on track for this one. I don't see any problem with being able to do this one. Since I am over 50, I am able to put in an extra 6,500. So a lot of money going into 401k. It's surprising that, and it adds up too. So I recommend anyone, whatever your situation is, put as much as you can into 401k. Your lifestyle adjusts to it very quickly of the money that you're taking home, and then you see your 401k continually to go up. Even if the market might be going down, you'll see the balance going up. Aspirational, I do want to pivot more to a 401k Roth, so I'm slowly moving less contributions to the normal 401k or traditional 401k and over to a 401k Roth, so that's still on track. And I want to do a little bit more later on this year, so it seems like every month or two I kind of switch 1 or 2% over to that. And then my other aspirational goal is start a non-retirement fund investment account in the stock market. I have not started that. My add to cryptocurrency, well, I did do that. But I've already mentioned it the timing was very poor on that one. So unfortunately, I did buy what I wanted to, but it started to come down in value. I want to start 2 new sinking funds this year. I am planning a late summer vacation, so I have kind of gone into hyper saving mode for that vacation. So I'm putting a lot of my excess paycheck into that, so that by the time I go on the vacation in the late summer, I'll have all the money saved up for that one, so it won't cost me any future earnings for that one. I also want to start saving for a new car at some point, so when I finish my vacation, or after I come back from the vacation, I think paychecks after that will start going towards the new car. Now this is a very long-term goal. I don't plan to get a new car for several years, so it'd be nice to just kind of slowly build this up, because this probably might be like a 2023 or 2024 goal, but I really want to just pay cash for my next car. So that's kind of a goal I have there. And as I've previously mentioned, I have a 401k loan right now, so I am making payments on that off each paycheck, but I hope to pay it off. Most likely it's not going to be this year. We'll see, but I'm definitely saving up more for that one, and it probably more like an early 2022 one. So keep me honest on that one. I'll give more updates on that in the upcoming months. And then as far as a June look ahead, it's really kind of a slow month for personal finance. I don't have any excess income coming in, and I don't necessarily have any special purchases. Well, I guess I have one I'm listing here. So what I'm really looking to do is continue my vacation sinking fund, so aggressively tackle that. And then I am looking at a personal buy that's a little bit large. I kind of bouncing back and forth if I'm going to do it or not, so we'll see. It's just kind of something I want to treat myself on, something after the long COVID past year that we faced. I want to kind of kept my expenses low over the last year, and I kind of want to look at maybe buying something for myself. So we'll see. Haven't yet pulled the trigger on that one. Well, anyway, guys, that's it. Thank you as always as watching, and I'd love to hear your comments. If you have a I told you so about crypto, I'm more than happy to take that one. I'd never fall back from criticism. I like to hear it. If any comments you have, if you've experienced any downsides, how you've handled it, or upsides, just love to hear from all of you. So thank you for viewing, and thank you for supporting my channel, and I hope you have a great day.